and for our 35th week, I'm Shelby Patton.
And I'm Ashlyn Hunley. This week we're going to discuss the trip Highway 111 and Exit 316 middle school students recently went on. And we will also be discussing parent preview, some information on this year's Bible school.
Middle school students, grades 6 through 8, recently went to a CIY conference called Believe, where they learned about the light and truth. This trip was on February 19th and 20th, and everybody that went had a great time and learned a lot.
Parent preview will be held on Sunday, March the 6th. During this time, Michelle Allec, along with Brayden Denbath, will be sharing a biblical perspective on parenting. And then on Sunday, March 13th, there will be a parent dedication for any parents that participate in the parent preview that would like to be prayed for.
The theme for this year's VBS will be Carry the Light, and the Bible verse will be John 8:12.
John 8:12 says, "When Jesus spoke again to the people, he said, 'I'm the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life.'"
VBS will be held on June 20th through the 24th. For any more information or anything we have talked about today or anything else coming up around the church, go to LFCC's website, www.peopletogod.com, or check the church's Connect Center.
That's all we have for news today. Have a great week.
We'll see you next week. Now returning to Carson for this week's message.
Bye.
Okay, guys, so we're back with the message moment here on CNN, and we're going through our holiday series where we talk about how Jesus relates to different holidays that we celebrate. And last time we did Valentine's Day, and that video may have not gone up at all, but if it doesn't, we did Valentine's Day. Okay, so you guys, now we're going to do Easter because there's St. Patrick's Day, but there really isn't any relevance to that. So, we're just going to go along and go with Easter. So, Easter has a lot of biblical references with Jesus and things. And so, I'm going to read a little story, and it says, after Jesus died, a man called Joseph put Jesus in his tomb that nobody ever used. The tombs then used were cut out of rock, almost like a cave. They weren't buried deep in the ground like they are now. Before Joseph left, he and some men rolled a large heavy stone in front of the tomb. So a couple girls went to see Jesus because they couldn't go on the Sabbath, which was a day of rest, so they waited another day. And they made spices and oils as a sign of respect, and they went very early Sunday morning to go see Jesus' body. And then just as they were about to the tomb, the earth suddenly shook and an angel came down from heaven. He easily rolled away the stone at the entrance of the tomb and sat on top of it. The women were kind of surprised, and the angel was so beautiful, they said that it was almost as bright as lightning, and there had been guards watching the tomb so that no one would steal Jesus' body. The guards just kind of fell over and couldn't move or speak because they were terrified. But the angel said, "Don't be afraid. I know you're looking for Jesus who has died, but he isn't here. He is risen, just as he said he would." And the women were kind of confused, but they kind of understood that Jesus wasn't in the tomb anymore. He was risen. So then Jesus went out, and then he showed himself to the disciples. And one of them, called Thomas, didn't really believe that it was him. So, Jesus had to show him the nails in his hands, or holes from the nails in his hands. And then he started not believing. But Jesus had a lot of reference because he gave himself for you and me and everybody in the world. Not just for one person. And, not just for Shelby or Flippy or Ashlyn or anybody, but for everybody. So, then when we become Christians, Jesus automatically gives us the Holy Spirit to live inside of us. There wasn't really a Holy Spirit until Jesus died because he was the way to heaven, and it kind of showed, that was kind of put there to show the world that, it was basically Jesus' place. It took over because Jesus wasn't there anymore, because after that he went up into heaven. So it just kind of is still in the world today, showing us that it's kind of like Jesus for us, and it lives inside of people. So that's kind of the story of Easter summed up in a little bit. And God was the one that sent Jesus to do all this, thankfully for us. And that's our way to heaven and help everyone to know Jesus, and then they can take in the Holy Spirit. And we want to thank you guys for watching this week of CNN, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks. See ya!